My dad used to tell me money's only good for one thing, spending. Well, clearly, by looking at Farron here, you can see I've pretty much mastered that. But what I think, cars are only good for one thing, driving. Again, have a look at item A. Now, why Farron may be great to drive, it's not overly practical. But back in 2016, I did drive a car which I thought was a great driver's car. The good news is there's now a new one, and that's it. That's a 2022 Volkswagen Golf R, and this is the 2-minute test drive. Before I get to the all-important driving impressions, let's take a quick tour of the new Golf R. To begin with, it definitely looks the part. Still an aggressive yet mature look with smooth flowing body lines. Adding to that are 19-inch wheels, big air intakes, and a 2-piece rear spoiler. It's in the inside where the biggest change takes place. I think, speaking in general terms, interior designers must be a little less challenged these days, and the Golf R is no exception, and here's why. You see, gone are the days of the well-designed, excellent workmanship gauge cluster. With nice beveled edges, clean, nice dials, great arms, everything. Now, it's all about screens. Lots and lots of screens. While I understand it all, I believe it takes away from the overall character of the car just a little bit. The Golf has several different layouts you can choose from and a host of ambient color changes that can be had. Overall, it's a brilliant, simple, and clean interior. And those Napa leather seats are simply perfect. So let me tell you about driving this Golf R. The first thing that comes to mind is sometimes when a next generation of a car comes out, the driving dynamics actually get a little bit worse. The car gets a little bit softer, a little bit more comfy, so to speak. The Golf R is not like that. Volkswagen, you've done a great job at not only not messing it up, but actually making it better. Let me tell you what happens with an all-wheel drive car. It's called the all-wheel drive curse. Well, that's what I call it. When you're in a turn and you're going reasonably well, sporting, let's say, what happens is it loads up the outside tires. Then when you put your foot down, because the power is not really sure where it's supposed to be going, sometimes you can get too much power to the front and the car will start to pull on the front more than on the rear. And what happens is it starts to pick up a push and it gets the car unbalanced. Well, this Golf R and the new torque vectoring diff in the rear, it can put up to 100% power to the outside wheels. So when you were in a tight corner and you put your foot back down on the gas to exit out of the corner, the power is seamless on here. You would not believe how much better that makes this car handle. Also helping you, there's a bunch of different modes in this car. There's Nürburgring, there's race, there's sport, there's drift, there's comfort. If I'm being honest, if you're really a good driver, those modes will help you, but sometimes we can just do it on our own. Finally, this one is the manual 6-speed. It also comes with a different version with a DSG. And it has 315 horsepower now, so it's got a little bit more power, and it weighs roughly the same as the last one. So is it quicker? Probably. Is it a lot quicker? Probably not. It still has all the great driving dynamics that let you get the most out of it. It is a fun car. If I'm being totally honest, I'm not overly happy with the direction most new cars are going today. Seems to be less and less about the driving dynamics and more about the colors and the aids and, things that help you drive. Hell, some of them even drive by themselves. And you know what? Maybe my dad was right. If you're a driver and you've got some extra money, we now know it's only good for one thing, and that's spending. So if you're gonna spend some money and you're a driver, I highly recommend one of these. I'm Russ Bond, and this has been the 2-minute test drive.
So here's the question. Where were you 32 years ago? I know some of you weren't even a glint in your father's eye. As for me, well, I was in diapers, but found time to get Motoring TV off the ground. And today I like to think we've got one of the best automotive video libraries in the world. If you agree, please give us the thumbs up and also subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.